Testing, testing. Welcome to episode 1 of what might be the bravest or possibly the dumbest thing I've ever done. Right now, I'm standing in the front hallway of the infamous Hawthorne house. You know, if these walls could talk. I have a feeling they'd do a lot more than just whisper. They'd probably scream. The door just creaked shut behind me. I swear I didn't touch it. My camera light flickered for a second. Okay, it's steady now. That's just the wind, right? Has to be, except there is no wind. The air in here is so heavy, it feels like I could grab a handful of it. It's almost suffocating. All right, no turning back now. Let's head deeper inside. I've then decided to set up a little base camp in what looks like it used to be a child's bedroom. It's unsettling. There's a rusted bed frame in the corner. The wallpaper is peeling off in huge strips, covered in these faded, creepy-looking cartoon birds, and the window. It's cracked and smeared with what looks like old handprints. Gives me the chills just looking at it. Okay, let's get some readings. I'm turning on my EMF detector now. We've got a steady little green pulse. Wait, it just spiked? It's red. Solid red. Okay, that is not normal. That's a significant electromagnetic field, and there's no power in this house. My breathing is getting louder, isn't it? Sorry about that. So, for those of you just joining the stream, here's the local legend. The father, a man named Patrick Hawthorne, supposedly lost his mind and locked his entire family inside this very house. Neighbors reported hearing terrifying screams for days, and then suddenly silence. When the police finally forced their way in, they found the house completely empty. No bodies, no signs of a struggle, nothing. They just vanished. Did you hear that? The closet door, it just clicked, and now it's opening, all by itself. Slowly, okay. I'm aiming my flashlight right into the darkness. Is someone there? Hello? My lungs feel so tight, it's hard to even speak. A child just giggled. It was soft. And it was right next to my ear, right here. I'm okay. I just scrambled to get my camera. I tripped and it went flying. When I looked up, oh my God, there was a boy. He was standing in the doorway. He had this deathly pale skin and these piercing black eyes. And he was smiling at me, a smile that just owned my fear. Are you lost? I managed to whisper. The boy just tilted his head, and I heard this sound, like bones cracking, like dry sticks snapping. You shouldn't be here, he said, his voice. It didn't sound like a child's. It was ancient. I took a step back, my heart pounding in my chest. But the boy, he didn't move. He didn't even blink. He just stood there, and then he started to fade, like smoke being sucked into a vent. He just dissolved. I have to say this for the record. There's a child here. A real spirit of a child. I'm not alone in this house. A whisper just curled through the air, right past my ear. It said, "You are now." And suddenly, the temperature just plummeted. I can see my breath. There's frost. Frost is creeping across the metal of the bed frame. That's it. I'm grabbing my gear. I have to get out of here. This is too much. I'm running. I'm in the hallway, but this isn't right. This isn't the hallway I came through. There are doors everywhere. Dozens of them lining both sides. None of them are the front door. Where did they come from? The house is changing. It's trying to confuse me, to push me deeper inside. It doesn't want me to leave. My phone just buzzed. It's a notification from the live stream chat. Wait, what? It says, "Don't go down there." How do you guys know? I haven't mentioned a basement. I haven't even seen a staircase leading down. How could you possibly know that? Hold on. There's a sound. It's a banging sound. Like someone is slamming their fists against something hard. It's coming from below. And there's a muffled scream. Is someone crying? Begging for help? I'm following the noise. I know I shouldn't, but the viewer count, it just skyrocketed. It's past 500,000 of you watching live right now. You all hear it too, don't you? I need to show you. I need proof. At the very end of this impossible hallway, a door is opening. It's opening by itself, revealing a staircase descending into absolute pitch black darkness. This is it. I'm swallowing my fear. I have to, for all of you watching. This is it. I'm going down. Step by step. The air is getting colder, thicker. The screams, they're getting clearer, louder. They're not coming from below me. They're coming from inside the walls, all around me. I'm shining my light on the concrete walls of the stairwell, and oh God, there are scratches. Fingernail scratches gouge deep into the concrete. They look fresh. The chat is exploding. I can see the comments flooding in. Get out, behind you. What? Behind me? I'm turning around. He's here, the father, Patrick Hawthorne. He's standing inches from my face. His jaw is hanging loose, his teeth are broken and black, his eyes are bulging with this unimaginable rage. You're staying, he snarled. His hand, it's lunging for my throat. I hear a loud crack, and everything is going black. Jessica woke to the taste of dust and blood in her mouth. The microphone was still recording. The camera was still streaming. Her audience had not left. Hundreds of thousands of viewers were still watching the feed. But Jessica wasn't in the basement anymore. She lay in the center of a dining room table, strapped down with brittle leather belts. Dusty plates and rusted forks still set neatly around her, like she was part of a long-forgotten family meal. Something dripped onto her forehead. She tilted her head enough to see a shadow crawling on the ceiling where the chandelier should have been. Where am I? She whispered. A reply came instantly. You're home. The voice belonged to the father, Patrick Hawthorne, except he wasn't visible. Jessica pushed against the straps holding her down. They groaned but did not snap. Her mic dangled inches from her mouth. She forced herself to speak calmly. I'm still here, she announced shakily. To everyone watching, this is not a stunt. If you can contact the police. Static swallowed her words. The live stream comments scrolled fast. He can hear you. I was watching. Jessica ignored them and looked up. The shadow peeled itself from the ceiling like damp paper. It dropped onto the table, crawling with jerking insect-like movements. Jessica screamed. The house echoed her back. Patrick Hawthorne's face emerged, melting in and out of recognition, eyes shifting from hollow sockets to burning pits of white flame. You came to make a story about us, he hissed. So now you are the story. Her straps tightened, constricting, digging deep into her skin. Another figure stepped out of the darkness, the little boy from upstairs. His smile was wrong, too wide, too eager. She's scared, he said cheerfully. Daddy likes when they're scared. Where's your family? The child pointed below the table. You're sitting with them. The other chairs around the table were empty. Corpses sat slumped in every one. A mother with a snapped neck. 2 girls with sewn-shut eyes. A baby skeleton with a shattered bottle still clutched in its tiny fist. Their heads turned toward her, all at once. Bones cracking, teeth grinding, dead eyes opening. You wanted true crime? The mother rasped. Now you'll solve ours. With adrenaline cutting through terror, Jessica yanked at the straps. One snapped, the leather splitting like old skin. She clawed herself free, tumbling off the table, ribs screaming in pain. The boy lunged at her. She swung her recording equipment, metal smashing into his skull. His head twisted 180 degrees. This wasn't a child. This was bait. She ran. Hallways warped into new hallways. Rooms repeated. The front door appeared, but when she sprinted to it, it turned to stone beneath her hand. You can't leave, Patrick roared from every direction. When her phone vibrated, notifications exploding. Go to the room with the birds. Her fans were guiding her. She sprinted to the child's bedroom again, the one with cartoon birds peeling from the wall. The closet door was open, a staircase inside, but not to the same basement. Darkness pulsed inside it like a living heart. Jessica aimed the camera in and whispered, "If I die, remember me not as a podcaster, but as someone who finally told a real story." Each step creaked, like bones breaking beneath her weight. Behind her, the closet slammed shut. Whispering came from all sides. "Jessica, join us, become family." She turned in a circle, the livestream viewers watching every pixel shake. Then she heard it, her own voice, playing from nowhere and everywhere. The house was using her ego as chains. A final voice, deeper, older, spoke. "Stories are hungry, Jessica, and you have fed us well." Hands shot from the walls, dozens of them, grabbing her ankles, her wrists, her throat, pulling her into the cold, breathing concrete. She screamed, the live stream crackling, viewers spamming panic. "Help her, something is behind you," end stream. "She's dying," Jessica managed one last desperate cry. "Anyone, please save me." Then the hands yanked, and she disappeared into the wall. End of stream, 2:19 a.m., only black screen remained. But the audio kept going, bones snapping, and then a soft child's whisper. "We'll see you tomorrow night." Jessica woke choking on dust and terror, entombed in cold stone. Her limbs were pinned, not by hands, but by the wall itself. Concrete pressed into her skin like teeth. The room pulsed with a heartbeat that wasn't hers. Her mic crackled at her lips. She whispered, This is Jessica Swan. If you can hear me." "I'm still alive," a distant voice answered. "We always hear you." It echoed from everywhere. It was the father, Patrick Hawthorne. Jessica's live stream was still active. She could faintly hear the alert pings of comments. "We're still here. Keep talking." "Don't let IT win." She took a trembling breath, the podcaster instinct kicking in like a survival mechanism. This house, this family, they're not ghosts. They're hungry. A child giggled from behind her skull. Hands, pale and cold, forced their way from the walls. Not to pull her deeper, to pose her, like a doll being readied for a photograph. Patrick's shadow loomed through the dark, stretching long, twitching as if made of separate, writhing things. "You came to feed on our tragedy," he whispered. "Now the world will feed on yours." His face flickered, bone one moment, rotted flesh the next, his gaze burning into hers. Jessica spat blood at him. "I'll expose you." He smiled wide enough to split skin. "We want you to expose us." The live stream's chat exploded. "There's a door behind you. You can get out." Jessica twisted her head, just enough to see it. A small wooden door, too small for a normal adult, but she was weak, tired, and smaller than she remembered. The house was reshaping her. If she didn't escape now, there wouldn't be a Jessica left to save. She ripped one arm free, bones grinding, and crawled toward that door. Crawled like an animal. Her camera dragged behind her, catching glimpses of broken children whispering encouragement, cheering her like an audience. The door opened on its own. The passage led into a maze of rotting rooms, each one filled with bodies, victims, visitors, podcasters, influencers, everyone who ever came for a story. Their mouths moved in silent agony, lips torn away, throats crushed. Jessica forced herself onward. She found a ladder, rusted, slick with something warm. Her viewers typed faster. "Yes." "Climb. You're near the top." Her fingers burned, metal cutting deep into her palms. Light glowed above, freedom, hope. She hauled herself upward and froze. A voice whispered from below, "You can go." She dared a glance down. The little boy smiled up at her, his face innocent again, eyes soft and pleading. "But please don't leave us alone. The house trembled. The ladder groaned. Jessica chose herself. She climbed. Her hands burst through a wooden board, splinters slicing skin, and she dragged herself into the child's bedroom. Back where it all began. Phones and cameras from the live stream lay scattered on the floor, glowing like small lost souls. Their screens flickered with the terrified faces of viewers watching live. They saw her. They were screaming for her to run. Jessica looked toward the hallway leading to the front door. Just steps away from escape, she stood. Her ankle twisted, but she pushed through the pain. One step, then another. She reached for the door, a massive hand clamped down on her shoulder. She turned slowly. It was Patrick Hawthorne, towering, monstrous, eyes dripping black agony. But her mic was still recording. Her show was still alive. Jessica's instinct took over. She whispered into the mic, "Remember me." Then she spun around, microphone in her fist, and stabbed it into Patrick's throat. Static screamed through the house. The walls cracked. The lights burst. The ghosts writhed in pain. The door swung open. Daylight flooded in. Jessica ran. She didn't stop until she reached her car. She dove in, locked the doors, and slammed her hand on the engine start. It roared to life. She looked in the rear view. The house stood perfectly still, silent, dead. She laughed, hysterical, sobbing laughter, gripping the wheel like a lifeline. Into the mic, she said, "This is Jessica Swan, true crime podcaster, survivor. Thank you for..." A child's voice whispered from directly behind her head. "You forgot to say goodbye." Jessica's face twisted with terror. The camera captured only her scream as she was yanked out of the car and dragged back toward Hawthorne Manor. The live stream cut to black at AM, system autopost. Jessica Swan, new episodes every week. You're part of the family now. No more true crime, only the dead.